JFD, just fair and direct.
Okay, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to JFD Traders Tea Time with me, Darius Anucauskas. Today is the 18th of August, 2020. So yep, welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's afternoon session where we're going to have a quick look at the markets, a few of the charts, the usual stuff. But before we do that, as always, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So, the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation. It should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest, and we can continue. Okay, so now then, also just before we jump into the charts, quick mentioning of our JFD YouTube channel, to which you can always subscribe to in order not to miss any of our upcoming videos, and of course our JFD Bank website, and specifically our JFD research page, which we also update on a daily basis. So yeah, feel free to check us out here on jfdbank.com and click on the research tab right there on the top. Now, jumping into the charts. So the first one I want to touch on here is the German DAX. This is what I was talking about this morning, guys, that even if we see a bit of a drop here below this 12,913 zone, still there is a chance for the bulls to step in here near this 21-day EMA if that gets, or should I say, if that stays intact. Now, you can see that the price did drift lower. It almost managed to reach this 21-day EMA and started reversing back up here. So for now, we will still remain positive, especially if the price closes again above the 12,913 zone, or even better, of course, we'll keep an eye on that psychological 13,000 zone as well, because if that if the price does stay above that 13,000 territory, then there's even a better likelihood that, greater likelihood that there could be a further push north. Also, for those who are more on the cautious side, you could keep an eye on the high of last week near the 13,100 level. A nice good pop above it would confirm a forthcoming higher high, and more buyers could be joining in, potentially driving this one towards the 13,314 level marked by the highest point of July. So for now, everything's, like I said, leaning still to the upside. In order to aim for some lower levels, we need to see that nice daily close below that 21-day EMA and below this 12,773 zone. So keep your eyes on that one. Jumping into S&P 500 now. Here, the situation is quite interesting, I would say. Let me just quickly pull out the cash index, because if I'm not mistaken, it's already very close, once again very close to that all-time high, because yesterday, for example, the index failed to kind of overcome that all-time high, which is roughly around the 3,393 territory. It came close to that, but still closed the day below it. Right now, the cash index once again is flirting with that area. Now, the big question here is, can the S&P 500 go for a new all-time high? If it can, then, well, I mean, if it breaks above this 3,393 level, then yep, the sky's the limit for this one, and we could maybe even consider, of course, we'll start considering the 3,400 level, which is only about 7 points away from that level, or even going further north, maybe 3,500 could be a good potential target. However, if by any chance the 3,393 level, for example, continues to provide resistance, or even, let's say, if we see a scenario where we do get a move higher, we push above this, but by the end of the day the index closes back below the 3,393 level, then well, this is where maybe the overall kind of double top here could be forming. For now, we'll just keep that idea somewhere in the back of our heads. I mean, we cannot really talk about a double top here for now, because we could get the similar scenario as we had here on DAX, where DAX, for example, when we were looking at this peak here of the highest point of February, and when it reached that level in the beginning of June, it also looked like that maybe it could turn around and move lower and kind of form this possible double top pattern. However, as you can see, this is the result that we got. It continued to rally. It hit that psychological 10,000 zone, and not only that, it also hit the psychological 11,000 zone and kind of continued moving further north. Yesterday the index closed just kind of slightly above this previous all-time high. So NASDAQ 100 yesterday created a new all-time high, hitting the area around the 11,306 zone. So from there, like I said, after hitting that area, it drifted back down, but still remained above the previous all-time high here, near the 11,282 territory. So long story short, looking at the cash index right now and where it's currently trading at, basically we have a new all-time high, and we'll have a nice opening gap to the upside again, and well, like I said, it will open in the new height and above the yesterday's high. So basically, for now, we're just gonna continue observing this, and we're gonna be, well, I mean, again, the sky's the limit for this one. I mean, it could travel towards that 11,400 zone, or even towards 11,500 territory. But again, that's just pure speculation. There's no kind of grounds on that, because again, we are at these, we are in the uncharted territory. So like I said before, the sky's the limit for this one, so let's be very careful. In order to aim for some lower levels overall, looking at this technical picture here, well, I mean, not only that we would need to see a break of this upside support line taken from the low of the 23rd of March, but also a nice daily close below the 21-day EMA, shown as the yellow line here. And then, yes, we could maybe consider further declines, larger extensions to the downside. So yeah, but until then, guys, until it's, as long as it continues to trade above this upside support line, we cannot really talk about any downside from the medium term perspective. So gold. As I've mentioned it yesterday and today as well in the morning, the gold managed to reach that 2015 territory, and you can see that this is where the precious metal is currently getting a hold of. So the big question here is, can it actually push further north? Now, as I've mentioned to you guys yesterday, that while we were still kind of balancing near this slightly below that 1950 territory, I was telling you guys that first our target is going to be in 1981, which we managed to reach yesterday and even close the daily candle above it. And then our next target will be the psychological 2000 territory and the 2015. So where I was saying that the 2015, this is where we're gonna take it from there, because for now, to be honest, yes, we had a nice move higher here. However, the big question, can it actually push further north? If we do get a nice close above this area, above this 2015 territory, then, well, to be honest, this could actually open the door back towards the all-time high near the 2075 level. However, if this 2015 level continues to provide resistance, well, I mean, maybe actually this could correct lower. This could move back down towards this upside support line. Let me just get rid of this upside arrow here. So it could drive back down here. So that's why for now, guys, probably I will say that we'll take a very cautiously bullish approach, but probably cautiously bullish to more neutral, because again, what I want to see here is how it's going to behave near this level. If it's going to continue to provide resistance, then maybe I'll consider a possible correction here, at least back towards the 21-day EMA, and then we'll take it from there. But if we do get a nice daily close above this area, above this 2015 zone, then well, there is an increased chance of making its way for gold to make its way back to the 2075 level. So keep your eyes on that one. A quick update on Bitcoin Cash. I mean, here it's quite interesting. So let me just actually clear up this chart, remove all the drawings. So what I wanted to show you is that after kind of hitting this level right here in August, in the beginning, the first days of August, the 330, let's round it up towards the 338 zone, the commodity then drifted back down, found support at the same day after it hit this new high for August. It then drifted back down and created a new low for August near the 245 level, from where it kind of started pushing back up. Recently, you can see that, or should I say yesterday, you can see that the crypto failed to move above this 326 territory marked by the high of the 7th of August, and started drifting back down. So now, in a way, there is a possibility that this could move a little bit lower. However, what I'm going to keep an eye on here is this little short-term tentative upside support line. So if this upside line continues to provide support, continues to show a good hold up, then yep, a nice push higher could be possible once again. However, if you're more on the cautious side, wait for a push above this 326 level first, and then aim for some higher levels. Until then, guys, for now, as long as it's going to stay in this little territory right here, we'll remain neutral and just continue observing the price action. Because to get a little bit more comfortable with lower areas, we would need to see not only a break of this upside line, but maybe also additionally a drop below this 270 territory, just to kind of strengthen the downside scenario. AUD NZD. So very nice developments this morning. I talked about this pair, and that's why I wanted to give you like a quick overview here. So the pair did drift higher today, managed to overcome this 1.1020 territory, and you can see that this is the result we're having right now. It's drifting back down, so let's see if this is going to end up forming a possible shooting star, and if it does, then well, I mean, this could lead to a bit of a reversal here. It could drift back down towards the initially the 1.0990 level, sorry, 1.0994 level. I talked about this level this morning, what I was also saying, that if we get a daily candle staying below it, then yep, lower levels could be met, guys. So, and we could see this one drifting all the way maybe back towards the 1.0880, which I've mentioned previously as a good area of resistance. Now it could play the role of support. Overall, let's not forget that we're still trading above this upside support line taken from the low of the 18th of March. So yep, in a way, anything kind of up until this upside line could still be seen as a temporary correction before another leg of buying, but again, we do have quite a decent space here. So for now, guys, we're monitoring this 1.0994 level. Let's see if we do get this daily candle kind of staying below it. USD CAD, quick update on this one. I haven't looked at this one for quite a while, but everything's kind of working out nicely here. So overall, what I was saying, that still we're trading below this a few of these downside lines. So one of the main ones that I'm keeping an eye on is this one, this tentative one, taken from the high of the 19th of March, this downside resistance line, which continues to dictate the direction. And you can see that for the most important is that today we're seeing a drop below this 1.32 territory. So let's see if the daily candle remains below it. If it does, then yep, further declines towards the 1.3105 territory right here could be possible. So this is going to be our next target, the 1.3105, especially if the daily candle today remains below this 1.32 zone. So yep, keep your eyes on this one, guys. Very interesting. In order to aim for some higher levels, well, I mean, we would need to see a break of this downside line, this first one, the steeper one, and then yep, we could consider, like I said, a bit of a move higher. But we'll get to that point if we do see that break here. For now, the 1.3105 level is our next target. Now GBPUSD. So GBPUSD is getting closer to that, or should I say actually already overshot this 1.32 territory, marked near the highest point of March of this year. And you can see this nice beautiful move here to the upside. The big question here is, can it actually stay above it? If it can keep this daily candle above this, then yep, this pair could continue drifting higher. We could start looking at levels like, for example, and let me just recycle this line. We could look at levels like, for example, here, the high of the 31st of December 2019, near the 1.38 sorry 1.3284. That's going to be our next little target, and if that is just seen as a temporary obstacle, then of course the next target is the highest point of 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just quickly double check that so yes, that's the highest point of 2019, near the 1.3515 level. But again, in order to consider a move towards that area, we need to see that nice good pop, nice good move, and nice kind of the daily candle staying above this 1.32 zone. So keep your eyes on those, guys. Now, and finally, Euro USD. Now this one is exploding to the upside nicely here, and basically here you can see that the pair is drifting higher nicely. And well, I mean, for now, the big question here is, and this is what I was saying, that this might open the door towards that psychological 120 zone. This is what I was talking about this morning, that if this barrier, if this 1.1910 level fails to provide resistance, this is where the pair could end up moving towards that 1.20 zone. So for now, that's what we're going to be targeting. Euro dollar is popping higher. So let's see if we can actually reach that area today. If it's not today, then the big question, if the daily candle remains above this area, then above this 1.1910 today, then it kind of increases the chances of a possible move towards that psychological 120 zone. So again, keep your eyes on this one, guys. Very interesting. If by any chance the pair does drop heavily and falls back below the 1.1910 zone, then well, brace yourselves. We could see maybe a correction back down here, guys. But again, so far for now, it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems that we could continue pushing further north. However, let's see how this day is going to end, and then we'll take it from there. But again, for now, we're more bullish than bearish, and we are targeting that that 1.20 zone. So guys, I really hope you found it useful, and thank you very much for watching and listening. Thank you very much for joining in. I really appreciate your time. So I hope you found it useful. If you want to catch my videos tomorrow, my Trader's Espresso is always 6 o'clock GMT time. For now, guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you later. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.